right, Shalom. We Hebrew Israelites come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America, also known as Babylon in the scriptures, and to also wake up you so-called blacks, natives, and Latinos to your true identity in the Bible, which are the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, but first and foremost, want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Hashem, Kadash. Double belongs to the apostle, knows a great millstone. Peace and salutations to you, Akim, pushing this truth throughout the four winds and sincerity. Okay, today, man, we're gonna just dive right into not waiting to get all the way right. Okay, you got a lot of wishy-washy, leaning on the fence. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start it off with Isaiah 55:6. It says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found." Okay, while he may be found, seek him. All right, and it doesn't say seek ish, kinda seek him. It tells you to seek him. All right, you go all out in your seek, in your venture, in your voyage. You know what I'm saying? It don't be sugar coated. Don't be I'm gonna go to the camp that's more comfortable, that tells me things I want to hear. You might as well go to the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be comfortable. The truth is not necessarily something that's supposed to pamper you. It's supposed to make you uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to make you and put you in a situation, in a mind frame to where you have to maneuver in life. Okay, it says, call ye upon him while he is near. So right now, the Lord is speaking. He's in the midst of this earth. Okay? Y'all got precepts? Go ahead. I'm gonna continue on that, but y'all go ahead. All right.
Going?
I'm gonna continue on it. Nah, y'all go ahead if y'all got precepts for what I just read. If not, I'm just keep reading. All right. It says, let the wicked forsake his way. Okay? It says, and the unrighteous man, his thoughts. So put yourself to the side. What you have going in life needs to be put to the side, because you're supposed to seek the Lord, because all the things that's to follow is not good. All right? It says, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. So your sins and everything you're doing wrong, the Lord, he's going to pardon those things once you seek him while he's near you. Okay? Right?
This is 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Right. If ye do these things, ye shall never fall. You see, it says, if you do these things. Because what? Man, you go to Deuteronomy 30:19, the Lord tell you, hey, it's what? Choose life. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that way you'll never fall. But that's the thing with Jake. Jake want to be comfortable and get complacent with everyday life. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why the scriptures say, hey, seek Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah 10 times more. Right. You know, once you fall and you realize exactly what your wrongdoings in this thing. Right. See? Because the Lord is not going to continue to hold your hand. And we know that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah is merciful. You know, but you can't take that shit for granted. Right.
And then while the men on the highways and hedges, all you have in here is a voice speaking to people. Right. Come near. And that spiritual voice, when it's speaking, is saying, come near. Come near. It's going to be a happy time that's coming. You have a wedding that's actually about to take place. The groom is here. The groom is coming. The bride is being prepared. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen, like in a real wedding, how the bride takes all that time to get everything, and that's what the Lord doing. He's getting the bride ready. So when he returns, hey, it's go time. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
There's Luke chapter 14, and I'll start at the top. Well, I'll say right here. That what you got? Grab it. You got it. Nah, bring it out.
It's Matthew 25, I'm starting 1. It says, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps, and went forth to meet the bridegroom. Right. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Now hold on right there. It said they went to meet him. So everybody was alert and aware that, hey, the bridegroom is coming. So that's why it tells you in verse 1 of Isaiah 55:6, it says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. So in seeking him, you have to seek him in truth. Because everybody's seeking. We know we Israelites. We know that. But what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? How deep and what's the depth of you searching out the scriptures and doing what you need to be doing? Or you just on the shallow levels of it? Hey, I'm an Israelite. I know this place is coming to an end. But where's your works? Where's the faith? Where's everything that comes with that? Faith without works is dead. So you have to do something. Right. Okay? You got to preach? I got to preach? Oh, you go ahead.
It says, they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Right. So those are Israelites you see today that basically takes and twists and turn things to where it's on a level of comfort. Okay? They didn't go all out to where things were tough. You know what I'm saying? To where we're not going to get edge ups. We're not going to do this. We're going to call them the right name. We're going to lead the people the right way, even if it offends some of them. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
Right.
While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
Right.
And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh.
I'll make a quick point on that and say what they took that oil in their lamp. So wherever they go, that lamp gonna be with them, right? You know what I'm saying? So you can't get no light off nobody else's lamp in this truth.
That's right.
You gotta have your own lamp.
That's that light, bro. That's that light, and that's basically telling you that half the people that's doing it, they're gonna have the real light. Right. Okay, the real light separates itself from motherfuckers who just doing the bare minimum. Yeah, you got Israelites that's just doing the bare minimum. Right. That's not enough, bro. The Lord is not looking for 99.9%. Right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have everything purged out of you, bro. You gotta be, hey, you gotta basically, when it say make yourself a living sacrifice, if somebody came up here with a gun, what are you gonna do? Right. I'm just gonna, hey, please don't. Nah, bro, you gotta stand bold for what you believe in. All the prophets were put to death. Right. You know what I'm saying? You stand firm on what you believe in, and that's just what it is, bro.
You look at Romans 8:35 and say, what shall separate us from the truth? Right. See, if you let petty shit,
matter of fact, get that, bro. Matter of fact, read that, bro.
If you let small matters take you away from doing the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, you're not even worthy to be put to death for Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. Right. It's Romans 8:35. It says, who shall separate us from the love of Mashiach? Right. Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed. You see? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. So you already know what you're signing up for.
And when you say sheep for the slaughter, sheep's what is their mechanism of defense? You know, a lion have big ass teeth. They're aggressive. Right. Sheep, they just there. Right. You know what I'm saying? They basically there just to be eaten. Right. And that's how we are to be likened into, bro. Because the Lord is gonna do our fighting. We're not corner people. Right. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why Hebrews tell you that Yahweh Shah was made like unto his brothers. Right. Because Yahweh Shah had to come in that same form for us. Right. You see, in the scripture tell you that Yahweh Shah committed himself unto death. Right. You know, so how much more of us?
Right. This is basically going into when a brother had brought out, you got people that you gonna know that lamp, that took that lamp with them, that had that light, you gonna know the difference between the ones that got that light and ones that's just doing this just to say that they doing it.
Right.
All right.
Between a spark and a flame.
Yeah, it's a difference. You know, and this is Jeremiah 17:4, because this is what John said. All right. It say, I have glorified thee. I said Jeremiah. It's like John 17:4. It say, I have glorified thee on the earth. And when you go into glorified, it just basically means he magnified. All right. So, and you can tie it to Romans 11:3 with Apostle Paul. All right. He was like, I magnify my office. Right. All right. He had that light on him, and that was the difference between him and everybody else. Right. All right. And he said, I have glorified thee on the earth. I have finished the work which thou hast gavest me to do. All right, so he done his part. You know, he's saying, hey, I done came out and I done pushed this truth. I did what I had to do. Therefore, that light was on me, and it was a different kind of light. And it showed right here in verse 5. It say, and now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before the world was. Right. So that lets you know right there, he was already chosen. Plus, he had that light, that white stone from when he came.
Right. And Yahweh Shah not gonna give you niggas light not to push it off. You know what I'm saying? I got a precept backing up the brother. This is Matthew 5:14. It says, ye are the light of the world. Right. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel. And that's what a lot of you Israelites do. You see you other camps, you only want to be on YouTube and be in the comment board section and not actually bring it out. You know what I'm saying? Not coming out on the highways and hedges, not basically being fit for the kingdom.
Doing it for worldly fame.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Doing it for views.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, the Lord don't give a damn about that. You know what I'm saying? If He wants somebody to have 200 subscribers, it may be 3 elect people in them 200 subscribers, and you may have somebody pushing some bullshit and have no elect men in it. With 20,000 subscribers, you know what I'm saying? So the Lord not really looking at that, bro.
Because what? The Lord deal with a small remnant of people.
That's right.
I got some more. It says, neither put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and give it light unto all that are in the house. You see? Now you gotta ask yourself, are you giving that light off to the house of Yahweh Shemel Shah? See? And it ain't just every Saturday. Hey man, we supposed to do it in season, out of season.
Right.
That's like daily, you know?
Then it said in the house.
That's right.
So you could be of the stock of Israel, but that light not gonna reach everybody in that house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's only to the chosen and the elect, bro.
Yeah. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 1. Take heed that you do not your arms before men, to be seen of them.
Right.
Otherwise ye have no reward of your Father which is in heaven.
And that's doing videos for views.
That's right. Vain glory.
You know what I'm saying? Vain glory.
I got one. This is Matthew 13, and I'm going to start at 10. All right, it say, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? This is verse 11. All right, and it said, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. All right, now we're just backing up what the brother just said about when you was like, it's not for everybody to have that light, you know.
Right. Everybody in that house not gonna get it.
Yeah. This is John 9 and 4. It say, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. All right. And I had pulled that scripture for when the brother had opened up. All right. He say, hey, why you not doing it right now while you have the time, rather than waiting for when it's too late? All right. Because the night come when no man can work. When it ain't gonna be no point in you even doing that.
And I got you. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 5 verse 7. It says, make no tearing to turn to the Most High, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Most High come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance, man.
Right.
You know, so like the brother was saying, hey, you don't really want to put off what you can do right now, man. You know, you don't want to procrastinate and be like, oh man, I could do the works, you feel me, another day. You know, you want to get it out the way, man. The scripture says, be fervent in the spirit, man. You know?
That's the mentality of Jake. Jake want to do everything last minute.
Or on their time.
On their time.
All right, I'm gonna go on in Isaiah 55. This is verse 8. It says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts." Okay, so when that light shines forth, who are you to question Yahweh Shemel Shai's motives on what he's doing? Okay, if somebody's not gonna get it, hey, it ain't your job to crack them upside the head. Hey man, you got to do this, bro. Hey bro, that's not how this works. Okay, it says, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So, bro, we peons. You know what I'm saying? We peons. All we are moving vessels to carry out a message from Yahweh Shemel Shah. Okay, so we're not to overthink this or even try to think to put our so-called intellect into what he has us doing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, you just go with the flow of the river. If the Lord have you going this way, that's the way you're going.
I just want to get that. Don't force the question, bro.
Yeah, kind of. Go ahead.
All right, this is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 4 verse 26. It says, be not ashamed to confess thy sins, and force not the course of the river. So just like the brother said, you feel me, don't go against the grain, you know, because it's already set up. You feel me, what's going to happen, man?
Right.
You know?
And it shows in the scriptures that it's already set up, because everybody that says something that he was like, you sent me, or he that sent me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not of me, it's of him, because he's the one that sent me to tell you this.
That's right.
So who the fuck are you to add and take away from the message?
I was gonna say, man, you can't do nothing according to your own will.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, if Yahweh himself understood that, how much more are you supposed to understand it?
Right.
You see, but what Jake think they got free will in this thing? They think, what Yahweh gonna continue tearing with them?
Right.
Nope.
Verse 10, it says, "For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth a bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void." So it's seed that the Lord just throwing them down. And that seed, if that seed is commanded to grow in a certain manner, that's exactly how that seed is going to grow. Okay? Like Matthew 13. You know what I'm saying? It's like once that seed is planted, if the Lord have your seed to grow up to be a murderer, that's what you're going to be. You know what I'm saying? It says, "So shall my word that goeth forth out of my mouth, it shall not return to me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please." Okay? "And it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." And that shows you a lot right there, bro. Because you may have somebody who was cool, you went to elementary with him, you just grew up and like, man, that's my dude, bro, yada, yada, yada. And he turned like 23, 24, and all of a sudden he just go on a killing spree. Like, man, I grew up with this cat. He wasn't built like that. He done shot 19 people. You know what I'm saying? That was his purpose. When that seed fell, it fell on stony places, and the way it grew up, that's the way the Lord had it put out there.
Yeah.
I got one.
Yeah.
And this referring to us, how we supposed to be. Because being that we are the vessels of Yahweh Shemi Ashad, that's supposed to be what? Pushing out this truth.
Right.
You know, to edify the elect. This is Ecclesiastes 11, and I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, "If the clouds be full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth. And if the tree fall toward the south or toward the north, in the place where the tree falleth, there it shall be." You know, so likewise with us, we're those clouds that's what subject to letting these rivers of living water come out. You know, you have also other clouds like the brother about to bring out in the Apocrypha that's gonna pour out vengeance. It says what when they're full. So it's not gonna stand there for a long period of time. Eventually, everything is gonna come out.
All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 28. It says, "There'll be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them." So shit, that goes to show you that, hey, they were made to pour out vengeance, man. You know, it says appease the wrath of him that made them.
So they're doing with Yahweh Shemi Ashad.
So shit, they doing the will, you know.
And ultimately what? It's pleasing Yahweh Shemi Ashad.
It says fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance.
I got a precept on that. Right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3. I'm going to start at 1. It says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. And a time to get, and a time to lose." So he's telling you, it may be a time to where someone in your family, they had $1 million, and that was a good time for them. Now, all of a sudden, somebody comes along and robs them and kills them. They got both sides of that spectrum. You know what I'm saying? It's a time for everything that's balanced with the Lord, bro. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 11. It says, "A just weight and balance are the Most High's.
Right.
All the weights of the bag are His work, man." You know, so like the brother was saying, shit. How I want to say it. How you gonna know good if you don't have that bad, man? You know.
Right. I'm gonna go on a little further. It says, this verse 8. It says, "A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboreth? I have seen the travail which the Most High hath given unto the sons of men to be exercised in it. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. So when your time comes, it may not be your season to blossom just yet. You know what I'm saying? But it says, let's see. Also, he has set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that the Most High maketh from the beginning to the end. So it's no way you're going to find out what the Lord has set for you unless you just live. You know what I'm saying? By just living, you're going, oh shit, man. That's why me and the brothers was talking, bro. It's like, it's scary, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Lord controls everything. Like, you can wake up tomorrow and get hit by a bus, but just not knowing, you know what I'm saying? It's just that thing of like, I don't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And then you just, because nobody wake up the next day saying, hey, I'm going to die today. Like, you just don't know what's out there. That's why you always pray for protection, bro. Pray that the Lord watching over you. But his will going to be done regardless. Okay?
It's 1 Samuel 2:6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
Right.
He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up.
Right.
All right, so everything that goes on is all of the Lord's will. His hand is over everything that's going on.
Right. Balance.
Oh, I got to read. This is Psalms 145:17. It say, the Lord is righteous in all his ways and holy in all his works. You know, whether, and like it say in chapter 33 and verse 5, it say basically all the works of the Lord is beautiful. You know, whether it be of death or judgment or whatever it is, it's beautiful. You know, because what? He orchestrated it.
Right. He knows what he's doing. That's why it says, my ways are higher than your ways. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? You may think that because you seen a mother walking a baby across the street and he got hit by a damn car and the baby died, you may see some bad in that, but that was beautiful judgment from the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
We got to pre back in that. It's Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where was the righteous cut off? So, backing up what he just said, all right, you see a woman walking with a baby or whatever, and they just get hit by something. That's of the Lord's will. Because ultimately, what? That person has to answer for whatever they did in their past life.
Okay, hold on. This is one in Hebrews. Let me see.
Psalms 32 and 39, just backing up the brother. Yeah, sure. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I am, Salaki say, see now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. All right, so he basically telling you what? He's the only power, you know, and that God is lowercase. All right, basically letting you know that what? It's talking about the other gods that everybody else served. You know, it say that there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. All right, so like the brother brought out, if you see a baby and his mama walking across the street and they get hit by a truck, that's just what the Lord has set up for them to go through. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody could change it. You know?
That's why he say nobody could deliver you out of my hand.
This is just to back up from brothers. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11. It says, because sinners against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully setting them to do evil, man. So like the brothers were saying, man, if you see that baby get hit, you feel me? It's just getting that judgment, you feel me, that it deserves, man. You know, just on a different time.
That's right,
on
a different time, So it did something maybe in his past life.
Yeah, that now he has to answer for it.
Right.
You know?
And everybody went through that. Look at Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? When he was Solomon. He went off and what? He paid for it when he was Yahweh Shai. You know?
Hold up.
I got one. This is Job 42:1. Then Job answered Yahweh and said, I know that thou canst do everything, and that no thought can be withholden from thee. See, so Yahweh Shai know every man with the secret parts, the things that he try to hide. You see, you know that what Yahweh Shai can do anything. All right.
I got a precept for what y'all had said.
Judgment.
Yeah, this is about judgment. This is Matthew 12. And 32. All right. This is Matthew 12 and 32. It say, and whosoever speaketh a word against the Son of Man, all right, it say, it shall be forgiven him. But whosoever speaketh against the Holy Ghost, it say, Holy Spirit, it shall not be forgiven him, neither in this world, neither in the world to come. And when you go into that world, it's eon. All right, and we know that eon is any time period. All right, so like the brother was saying, if you fucked up, you know what I'm saying, in whatever time period that you was living in, it shall not be forgiven of you. So you got to answer for that.
Likewise, the same ones that pierce Yahweh Shai when he come back. So it goes to show you, is it Isaiah 14? Isaiah 14. And then it goes into how the heathens gonna be under us. They're gonna have to answer for that.
Right. They have to pay back for slavery. But I got one too, because if you're not familiar, you may see men of the Lord die. And you be like, man, that was his judgment. This is Isaiah 57:1. It says, the righteous perisheth, and no man layeth it to heart. And merciful men are taken away, none considering that the righteous is taken away from the evil to come. So the Lord took them out of here so they wouldn't have to deal with things that's coming in the last times. You know what I'm saying? Because the brother could have a grandmother, she's sick, and he could be the one staying with her. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm gonna just take you out of here so you don't have to deal with none of that. You know what I'm saying? So when righteous men are taken away, it's because the Lord don't want them to deal with something that's gonna come in the past. You know what I'm saying? But wicked motherfuckers die as judgment. Right? I got a
Shit, that's mercy.
Yeah, real. Right.
This is Psalm 16:20. He that is our power is the power of salvation.
Right.
And unto the Most High, the Lord belongeth the issues of death.
Right.
You know, so hey, what can you do or say? Because the issues of death belong to the Lord. If a nigga gets shot in his head or whatever it may be, that's the Lord's work. You know.
So who are you to question in that, man?
What the potter say to the one who formed him? Why have you made me dust?
And you get people that say, oh, well, the devil did that. But you understand if you read throughout the scriptures that what? Satan works for the Lord. All right? The Lord gives the go. So that means what? The issues of death belongs to the Most High. He let that happen like that.
Brother read this early. Get a Go ahead.
So Romans 13:1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. For there is no power but of Yahweh Shai. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. So everything that happens is ultimately coming. The Most High get the final say-so on it. So if anything happens, the only say-so, kind. Yeah, kind. So whatever happens is of the Lord.
Right. The brother read this earlier, man, and I'm gonna just read it again. It's Sirach 5:7. It says, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security, thou shalt be destroyed." So you thinking, I'm secure, I'm good, everything all right, and just by you thinking that, boom, you destroyed now. Because you thought you was good, you know what I'm saying? Because you kept putting off day to day, and the thing that makes you do things like this is a level of comfort. Okay, so you comfortable. Okay, so by you being comfortable, that's why it tells you in the first verse, Isaiah 55, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. People are constantly thinking that, well, they've been saying the Lord was gonna come 40, 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But it says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance.
Right.
Okay?
And that's talking about the day of the Lord, you know?
Right.
For all you ones that's waiting for it, you know, it's going to be holy hell in that day. You know, great destruction, famine, pestilence, plagues, missiles. See, everything that we're speaking of, it will come to pass. You know, that's why Scripture says, Habakkuk 2 and 3, though it tear away for it.
Right. Ooh. I'm gonna finish it off. It says,
the definition of tearing. It says to stay longer than intended, delay leaving a place. And
hey, you better get your ass. It say delay or leaving a place. Doesn't it say in Revelation about come out of her, my people?
Yeah, God.
So you basically delaying coming out of her. You know what I'm saying? You spiritually, I'm gonna just stay here, man. It's good. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord telling you, hey man, spiritually take yourself out of the fucking Babylon. Don't enter into that whore, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Some of the synonyms. It says to linger, to pause,
stand around, just lingering like
man. To wait,
cool over here and kick it,
bro. Procrastinate, lag.
Jake.
Yeah, I got Jake wrote all over it.
Yeah,
bro. Have a Negro face right there, procrastinate. That's it?
Yeah, that was it on that.
Okay, it says, set not thine heart upon goods unjustly gotten, for they shall not profit thee in the day of calamity. And as you holding back, you basically holding yourself in Babylon like, man, that rap deal coming, bro. That rap deal coming, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you setting your mind frame in this place and you're holding on to it. Okay, it says don't do that. Set not thine heart upon goods unjustly gotten. Because they're vain. You're not gonna profit.
I just talked to one of my homeboys and he basically like still doing the music and shit. Like, man, I just hit 1 million views. And you're like, man, I'm about to show him, like, yeah, do your shit. Cause you know these niggas something for that. You know what I'm saying?
9 says, winnow not. Somebody get winnow. W-I-N-N-O-W. Winnow not with every wind. So basically, don't put yourself in a situation, oh man, I'm over here. Oh, I look good over here.
Right.
Oh, I look good over here. Hold on, I'm gonna go over here. Okay? It says winnow. Go ahead, you got this?
It says, this window, it says a blow of current of air through in order to remove the chaff. I mean, shit, when you blow air, you feel me? It's going there, going there. You feel me? It's all over the place, man. It's not stable.
And it say what? It say chaff. Chaff is real light. Chaff don't have no weight to it. It ain't stable at all.
Right.
Man, you can pass by chaff and it's going somewhere else.
Tumbleweeds. Yeah. It says, winnow not with every wind. So when an opportunity or something comes and it just looks enticing to you, you just jump in it. I'm Egyptian. Well, I like being Egyptian, but I seen something over here with these Nubian cats. Now you over here. You know what I'm saying? Well, I like a little part of what the Hebrew Israelites say, and that's jumping to and fro, bro. Yeah, it tells you to winnow not. It says don't do that. It says, and go not into every way, for so doeth the sinner that hath a double tongue.
I got you.
Okay?
You got it.
All right, this is James 1 is okay. James 1 and 8. It says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Right.
You know, he unstable. He laid like to that child. Every time something good, he hears something good, and his way is pleasing unto him. You know, he gonna gravitate towards it.
Right. It says, be steadfast in thy understanding, and let thy word be the same. So if you're Israel, follow everything in Israel according to its righteousness. Okay, if you're gonna be Nubian, stick to being Nubian. If you're gonna be Egyptian, stick to being Egyptian. Don't jump into every different philosophy saying, I'm going to take a little bit of truth from here, a little bit of truth from there. And this is why I was telling you to seek ye the Lord while he may be found. The prophets are bringing out exactly what needs to be said. And the scripture tell you that none of them shall want her mate. Nothing you line up is going to match the Bible, bro. No book you get, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, all those, damn, I forgot what they're called. The writings on the Egyptian walls.
Hieroglyphs.
The hieroglyphs. Reading those, and half you niggas can't even read that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you endeavor in. Okay? So it's telling you, bro, the Lord is here speaking. Stick to that. Okay? It says, be swift to hear and let thy life be sincere, and with patience give answer. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth. And that's showing you not to be proud. Okay? So if I'm giving you the men and they're speaking my words, just listen. You know what I'm saying? Just listen. Hear the cause before you bring your case forth. Just listen. It says,